YouTube was crack-a-lack, and we're going to start with Candy Cane Sensitive Flavored Chapstick. We are doing a full get ready with me. I may edit out doing liner on my upper lash line. This is for another open collab, Creative Art with Heart. I'm hell excited. We are to do a look that, let me just get started because I can talk while we're doing this, but I have trouble multitasking sometimes. When I prime the eyelids, I'll do the intro. But right now we're going to put on 2 pumps of the Fenty face primer. Can't get the lid on it. 2 pumps of the Fenty Soft Matte Foundation. The shade I wear is 335, which is perfect. It looks a little light when I first put it on, but it does oxidize. And so for this shade on me, it oxidizes just a tad darker, which makes it like perfect. And so when I first put it on, it's just like, girl, But then it's like, where is it? We're using the Ulta. This is a new-ish to me brush, Precision Foundation Brush number 12. I find that I really like this for a foundation. We do have the Fenty Brow Pencil on. We're going to mash this together. So the collab is to do a look that makes you feel badass. And I was just like, And I was feeling kind of sluggish today, still going through stuff. And I was going to repurpose the look. And I did message, and she did say we can do that. And I said if I did repurpose, I would just, repost it. Keep the post there that's there. And repost it. And do a different caption. But then I thought, while I was waiting for an answer, I was thinking of two palettes in particular to use. One was Mothership number 1 Subliminal, because that one is smoky, and I love every single look I've done with it. And the other one was Martine Cosmetics 669. So y'all know. Guess which one we're using today. This will be, I've done over 20 looks with the Martine Cosmetics 669 palette. I freaking love that palette. And I feel badass just using it because it has all of my vibes. And Tanya said it best. She said that for me is an all-in-one palette. I can do my grunge. I can do my goth. I can do my vampy. I can do ethereal if I want to. Let me see if this is going to help. I don't know. And you know what? When she said that, I was like, you know what, Tanya? You're right. Because some of the looks I've done with this palette, they are similar to other looks I've done with other palettes. But it's just having it all in one palette. I'm putting in just 2 little dots because we're going to put more under my eyes. So this is all we put on the palette, just those 2 more dots, because you see how we cleaned off everything else. And so we are going to put liner under here and shadow under here. We're going to be very colorful. And you know what I realized? The look I was going to repurpose, and I might put it as a second entry, because it is an ethereal look. It was one of the looks with the Midnight Serenade palette. It was light, it was ethereal, it was colorful. The shifts were shifting. It was just a beautiful look. And I said, you know what? Even though that's not my preferred aesthetic, I can rock the hell out of an ethereal look. And so that kind of made, well, not kind of, but it helped me feel badass that even though I don't prefer it, it looked damn good. And so I'm learning that even if something really isn't my jam, that doesn't mean that it's not still bomb. And so it's teaching me that I can rock whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can rock any lip look like Jasmine. We're going to take the Fashion Fair Set It Loose Truly Toning Powder. And we're going to take a fluffy no-name brush. It's not a no-name. I don't know what name it is. Oh, sorry. Shayna B. This came in a subscription box. And this brush is very loose. And so, like, powder goes everywhere. And so I am pressing it in, trying to get it in, but then tapping it off, I do lean back. Lean back because it gets, it can puff up into my eyes and all of that. So we're putting this, I didn't tap off this time since we're doing the lower half of the face. And so you see what I'm saying? When I first put on the Fenty foundation, it was noticeable where it was and where it wasn't. But then by the time I finished, it just blends right in. Versus the Pat McGrath is my complexion. And when I put it on some places, it's just like, did you put anything there? You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting, how these 3 foundations that I have that I love that are my staples, They're all, each one of them are very different finish, very different formulas, but they all still rock. So that is that. So we're going to put that brush away. Now we're going to take both of our let me slow down. I feel like I'm rushing because I know this video is going to be long as hell. House Labs. This is medium level 7. Was I doing that before? No. Let's take deep level 10. That's this one. I do like it better this way because I was doing it this way for a long time, putting deep level 10 on the perimeter of my face and just taking the 7 like right here. And so I did switch up and I realized I like it better this way. And it does show up, but it's more of a rosy tone. This is described as deep with neutral undertones. But to me, this is rosy. And so it did confuse me. And when I first talked about this in comparison to medium level 7, and then I had tried the 9, I was just like, these undertones, like the way they describe them to me was just like strange. And other people said too that they seem to be opposite of what they are. And MAC's foundations are like that too, because I'm an NC 43. The NC is neutral cool. I don't have a cool undertone. And so it's like there, it just seems a little backwards. Now we're going to take the medium level 7, which is described as medium to medium deep with warm rosy undertones, excuse me. But to me, the 10, the deep 10 looks rosy. So we're going to just press both sides and we're just going to put that like just right here. And so even though this comes off darker for some reason, and I don't know, but I just like it this way better. And I will just, whatever's on the brush, still just come around, come down in the perimeter of my face. And so we're going to just leave that there. I'm starting to sweat. I should have turned my thermostat down. So we're going to put that brush away. We're going to take a Acai Sky because we're going dark today. We're just doing stuff, y'all. I'm doing a look that I haven't done before because I thought, okay, I've done over 20 looks with this palette. What have I not done? Because I've done Grungy, I've done Smoky, I've done Vampy, I've done Ethereal. You see how this just blends out though? Like, look at this. And so I looked at it and we're going to just use 2 columns and then we're going to branch out because we're going to just be adding color. Because you know what it is, y'all? It's a confidence thing, which sometimes I am lacking with makeup because I know I'm not the best at it, but I also know I'm not the worst. And that's even subjective as well too, because it just depends on what you like. It's very subjective. And so I need to, well, I'm still working on just accepting that what I do is good and not comparing to other people. The Collab host, she's like, oh my gosh, your looks are amazing. She does full face, like creative art. And so for her to be like, oh wow, your look, I'm just like, but yours is, and when I was away at the cheerleading competition with my cousin, she asked me, looks like it's a patch right here. She asked me, was I always good at, no, what did she say? She said, were you always really good at makeup? And I said, the quick answer is no, because I still don't think I'm really good at makeup. And then I said, it's a comparison. And I did show her some of Leah's pictures on Instagram. And she was like, wow. I said, so yeah, you see what I'm saying? And there's other people that's really creative like that too. And then I said also no, because always really good at makeup. I didn't start wearing makeup till I was 35 years old. So, you know, there's that too. Let me make myself some more space here. So we're going to put that brush away. Now we're going to take, I want to use Fire Opal. I'm still trying to figure out like what blushes do I like this with. But because we're doing so much stuff today, because we're just going to rock whatever we do. And so I'm learning just to have that mentality that whatever I do is going to rock. Like if it really sucks ass, y'all know I'm going to tell y'all I don't like this look because, you know, whatever. But for the most part, it's like even the looks I don't like, y'all be like, that's cute or that's nice or the color combination or something. And so I am starting to think using this with a Acai Sky, and I don't know if I used it with a Acai Sky before. Like it does go. It is described as yellow orange, and that's really what it is. And so sometimes because of my complexion, it's like, where is it? You know what I'm saying? But then like you'll catch a glimpse. Like here I do see the shine in the orange here, and I see some yellow here. So it's like sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. And that's one of the, that's why I think I like it, because I thought it was going to be more pow bam, boom in your face, and it's really not. There is another highlighter I want to get. I think is raw amber or something. We're going to take House Labs. This is Hourglass. This is Radiant Light. We're going to take just a fluffy brush. The ones we use for bronzer, blush, and highlighter with Fenty brushes. And we're using this one because it's tapered. So we are just kind of smushing it, and you see that you might not be able to see the dip in there. Yeah, you see all that. So I'm doing this one because we do put this also under the eye. And so I'm just smushing it in and putting it there. And then we're going to do side by side so we can just come down, up, down, up. And that's why I like having this in a single compact, because I got a puffy face. And so I want to turn down my thermostat because I'm starting to sweat and putting all this stuff on my face. And I'm excited to see how this look is going to come out. It is different for me. We're going to do a halo spotlight cat eye type look. So you saw everything just, yeah. What? So we're going to spray with the Scandinavia spray. Woo. Woo. And we're going to wipe it off of our lids. And we're going to prime the eye, and I'm going to do the intro. But right before that, let me show you the palette, and you've seen it. The PAO is 24 months, and so I do have a lot of time left with it, but I am going to miss it when it's gone. But then as Tanya said, it is an all-in-one. So this is like the Grungy. You know, this right here is kind of vampy, and this is where we're going to be today. And if I want something light and ethereal or just something different, you know, you have this little pocket over here. The blacks are different. This is a black with shimmer. This is like a smoke gray, and this is a black. This is Annabelle. She evil. This is a black. And so this is a dual chrome, this shade, and so is this one up here. That's a dual chrome. And it's a very fun palette, but it is very much an all-in-one for me. Excuse me for smacking my lips. I was going to say that I put on chapstick. Girl, I pulled out brushes, but not brushes for primer. So we're going to prime the lid. I'm going to do the intro. I have brushes out for the look. Let me pull out an eyeliner brush. And then we're going to get into the look. I am super excited about it. I'm really liking these collabs. And it's one every week. And so I had thought, supposed to be doing the intro, right? I had thought, like, am I going to be able to keep up? Because usually I do plan ahead of time, like what look I'm going to do what day. But I don't have anything really planned for this. Well, I have one, but because it was going to double as a giveaway, I'm not ready to do that yet. And I don't just want to have stuff on my phone for storage reasons. And so, like, once I schedule a look on YouTube, I still keep it on my phone, but I put it in a folder that says on laptop. Excuse me, I don't delete videos from my phone until it goes live on YouTube. So in case something happens, I can still go back to it and just, you know, have to re-edit it. And so I didn't want to just have, you know, another video just on my phone, just for storage purposes. So the intro, why do I call this the Crazy Troll Nation? I don't even know if I told y'all that I call this the Crazy Troll Nation. We are coming out because we're going to pull our shadow out. So we're really just doing stuff today. Even if it's badass, only in my mind. I do curse on my channel sometimes, as you probably already found out. The Crazy Troll Nation, the crazy, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. My throat randomly gurgles, hiccups, and belches. And so when I went kind of like, excuse me earlier, that's because I, you know, felt something in there dancing in my throat. Knowing it's okay to just be yourself and not feeling like you need to portray a picture of perfection. Someone sent me this and I loved it and I kept it. It was a sticker with something that they sent me. Progress, not perfection. That's what it's about. You are the only you. Know that you are perfect the way you are. If there's things internally you need to change for yourself, not for other people. But know that you are perfect the way you are. You are the only you in this universe that I know of. Unless, man, there might be alternative universes. But even that person is not exactly you. Even if you had a clone, it's not exactly you. Like, there's going to be some difference. I'm just way off on a tangent. So this is part of the crazy, because I just be going off. And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards, because sometimes we'll feel like because of what we're hearing on YouTube and what we see, that we have to use a certain brand, a certain tool, and a certain technique. And I'm here to tell you, don't use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it, because you set the standard for yourself. The bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's what we stand for here. I already mentioned I do curse. You've heard me curse a few times already. I told you about the throat thing. It's something living in there. I don't know what. So that is the intro. So we're going to get into this palette, and we're at 15 minutes already. Oh shoot, I didn't pull out for lower lash line. What are we going to put on lower lash line? Which one of these? I'm going to edit this out while I figure. Here we are, right here. We got it. I'm just pulling two. And so, but do I want you to see me put these on? Yeah, because it's a full get ready with me. I didn't do my brows on film because that takes, it's just boring. It takes a few minutes. This is NYX Retractable Eyeliner, and this is Deep Blue. Why are we putting this underneath? Something's telling me I should be putting like an aqua blue under here. No, which is it? I think I have an aqua green, and then there's a gypsy blue. That's probably what I should have put under here. I keep thinking to declutter my pencil eyeliners. You see how many I have, but then I do use them all. But what I learned when I was away before, and I did a video on lessons I learned, because I took 5 days of makeup with me because I was away for 5 days. I used every single thing. But out of the eyeliners I took, I realized it didn't matter, because sometimes it will enhance the color of the shadow I put on top of it. And then sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just serves just as just a base. And so it's like it's a crapshoot whether it enhances the shadow or changes the color of the shadow, make it look almost like a duochrome, or if it just doesn't do anything at all. So in that sense, it's like, okay, do I need all these colors? But it is fun though, because what if I don't want to put shadow there? What if I do just want to just blend it out? And every once in a while I will blend it out, but then I'll end up usually, my lids are sticking. I should have did this first. I usually do the eyeliner first, and I had completely forgotten until now. We're taking Sephora Collection Ultimate Gel Eyeliner. This is waterproof, and it is black matte. We're going to put this on our lower waterline, which is down here, the inner rim down here. And we're going to do the same thing over here. I used to love blue on my waterline back in the day, and I still do, because it just kind of makes my eyes sparkle. And we're going to put this on our upper lash line, no, our upper waterline, which is the upper inner rim. So we find the line and just come across. Let me know if you enjoy full get ready with me's, because I do know some people just want to see the look. Some people like to see the whole process of a look. But do you really like to see the whole process of the whole darn face? So that's the question for right now. Now, oh, my lids are sticking. We're going to jump into this palette. I have all sorts of papers in here with looks to do. I have like, and now I'm doing something completely different. And I did, yeah, look at all this stuff. And I've already done like 20 something looks in here. And then the Abracadabra bitch 669 that came in the palette that I keep in here. So this is where we're at. I have not done this look before, and I know I haven't, because I'm looking at it like, We're going to put this on the outer corner and the inner corner. Let me pull out my other, where's that brush? Because we're going to feather out, I saw it earlier. You know what, let me do that. Oh, here it is. To pull out the eyeshadow, the brush that I found, I love using it for that. We're going to take this shade right here, which is Petula or Petula. And this, and we're going to put this all the way out, the outermost and the innermost. This is a Fenty blending brush, but you see I use it for packing. And because these shadows are very pigmented, I didn't feel like I needed to take the Hourglass number 3 brush, because these shadows show the hell up. And these brushes are already stained. The Hourglass ones don't stain, but these do. You can see on this side it has some type of color. And if I put a lot of effort into it, I might be able to get it clean. I did put some effort into it, and then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I know it's clean. It's just stained. And so I stopped. That was a goofy laugh. And so I stopped trying to clean it. But I don't know. I keep questioning like what I repurchase. I was about to dip in and I didn't. I was questioning myself like what I repurchase. These brushes. This one. And I have, I'm looking at 5 right now, which means I probably have 6. Because they do stain. And so I'm like, would I repurchase it? But it works well for extremely pigmented shadows that you don't want it to pick up like a ton of product. But knowing it's still going to show up. Because like, look at this. And we're going to do inside. I'm going to go back in, tap off. And we're going to put this on the inside of the inner portion of our lid. I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to tap off, but then I was moving too quick to tap off. This look, y'all, but you know what? This palette just makes me feel badass. And I have not done a look that I did not like with this palette. And so, yeah, so here we are. So that is there. This side to me always looks softer right here versus this side up here. We're going to take, this is the brush that I was rooting for, and we're going to pull this out. Is that working? I don't know. Am I going to dip back in? We're dipping just straight in, and we're just going to press and wiggle, and we're going to just do this. When I did a wing when I was away, it got away from me. And someone commented on Instagram that they loved the wings. And it's because it wasn't tapered. It was just kind of blocked off. And it's because I wasn't using a fluffy brush. I was using the flat shader brush, which is what I used to always use before. But then paying attention to what other people use, even though you can use whatever you want to, however you want to, I'm like, you know what? I do like how that looks better. And so when I did it, I was like, okay, I do like that better. So we're pressing and wiggling and tapping off. And we're just going to feather. This is a loose brush. It is a blending brush. This is LaRouche Tapered Blending LR007. And this is what prompted me to make that LaRouche purchase when the brushes were 50% off. And then like that, and it was like one day only, I think, because that next day, now they're pushing like a 20% off sale. And I'm like, no. And free shipping. I'm so like, no. And I think, did I pay for shipping for the other ones? I'm not sure. But for 50% off, I'll pay shipping because it might have been like $6 if it was shipping. I don't know. Initially, tracking said it should be here today. Today is March 25th or 6th. It's a Monday. So whatever that is. So I like this wing because it does look straight out and it's tapered. This side, we're going to leave it. It looks a little, I'm tapping in, and I probably shouldn't. I tapped in very lightly. I probably shouldn't, because the more I mess with it, the more blocked off and square it's going to get. But, and it's kind of going up, whereas this one is just going straight out. And I realized doing wing liner, I do like it better when the shadow is winged out, because then when it's not, then I have to go in and add the shadow, because there's a gap between the liner and where the shadow is. And so I'm learning little tidbits. I tapped in very lightly. So I'm learning little tidbits on, I am just going back and forth because it seems to not be consistent color. Even though this fades out, right here it seems to be like a gap. And it might just be the lighting. We're going to leave it. Okay, let's move on. Now, y'all, listen, I don't know. We're going to take this one, smoke gray, and this is McCready. We're going to put this here, and we're going to overlap a little bit. And we're going to also put this here. I know for sure, and watch me be wrong, if I find a look, this look that I've done, I'll post it over here. So if you don't see it over here, I didn't do this look before. Because I'm just like, I don't remember ever doing a halo spotlight eyeshadow look. That's pretty. With black and red. That's pretty. I'm tapping in again. This color can go deep, but because it is a smoke gray versus a black, that's nice. Y'all, I'm telling you, just try new things. I am so excited for this collab because it is really motivating me to try new things and to realize, well, not realize, but yeah, to realize and accept that my makeup is okay. And I think I said before, it was just a confidence thing where I'm just like, I don't know what this will look like. We're going to find out. And even with this look, I don't know what it's going to look like, but you know what? It's going to look bomb. Yeah, I said it. And for me, halo eyes, spotlight eye look, cat eye look, I've liked all the ones that I've done. Like once I've learned to just have a sliver in the middle. And so that was a learning process too. And I also feel like you can make any color combination work when you do a halo spotlight cat eye look, because it's just about blending the shadows together. Like who would have thought, like a black and red right here. My favorite look with this palette was a black and red look, and that was the first look that I used for this collab. And so I didn't want to do that again, but it was nice and vampy. It was rich. Oh my gosh, I love that look. And of course it was a black lip. And my face looked thinner in that video for some reason, probably because I weighed less. Yeah. The weight I'm at now is almost my max weight ever. And I didn't realize how heavy I was before until like I lost the weight. And when I look back at pictures, I was like, oh my gosh, like why nobody told me I was like a bowling ball? Like nobody said anything. I was a walking pumpkin and nobody said anything. And what upset me was a family member has said, after I had lost weight, they said, oh, I'm glad you lost weight because I was really concerned about you. And I'm thinking, you weren't that concerned, because if you were that concerned, you would have told me when I was a walking bowling ball so that, you know, make changes. If you're concerned about my health or I might die because I'm like obese, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you're that concerned, say something at that time. Because what if I would have, and I wasn't at the point of dying or being like morbidly obese, but if you're concerned about my health, don't wait till after, you know, you feel like the threat is over to tell me you were concerned. Like, tell me at that time. I was just like, yeah, okay, all right, dude. And, you know, when I'm concerned about people, I let them know. And whether they take, you know, what I'm saying to heart or not, at least I have a clear conscience. And, you know, I said what I said. Because I do care, you know what I mean? But don't tell me afterwards. I'm trying to get this blend up here, even though we are going to put a shadow up here. So I'm just trying to, I know it seems like I'm going back and forth a lot, but you know what? When you do makeup looks, it is. Like how long we've been blending these two shades. Wow. Oof. And I'm starting to sweat. I do need to turn the thermostat down, but I'm not. We're going to keep rolling. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting. We're going to take Euphornia, this shade here, this dual chrome here. So you see how it's whatever shade that is, like a greenish orange or something. And then is this, so we're, y'all. And I feel badass when I do try new things, whether it turns out nice or not. I feel like, you know what, hashtag I tried this. So we're just gonna put this on the inside of McCready. I know for sure I didn't do this combination before. Oh, I don't want to do too much. I'm gonna take the brush that had McCready and blend along that line because I don't want to lose McCready, even though I don't think that we are. It seems like I'm seeing like a bright patch right here of this shade. I think it might be how my lid is folding. I'm seeing like a bright patch like right here. All right, we're gonna go back into Euphornia. This is a creamy shade. That's why I switched to a more dense brush and not a fluffy one like the one we used for the first two shades. And we're, oh my gosh. I thought this would play off of the red, but also the shade we're gonna put in the center is also a dual chrome. So I'm just like, what? Oh my gosh, y'all, look at this shade. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and blend over McCready because then we're gonna take the McCready brush and this is Vampy. The way it is right now, and it's just straight Vampy. This is pretty. That looks nice layered over McCready. Even though that's not what I had intended to do. We're gonna take the brush that had McCready and we're just going to just feather inward and feather outward, feather outward, feather inward. So we're just making sure we don't lose too much of it. That is nice. Oh my Lord. We're going to take this brush is actually for cream shadow. This is a hella old Sephora brush. If y'all remember these brushes, let me know. The silver handle and the silver ferrule. I've had this at least probably 25 years or more. And it does say cream eyeshadow. And it's the number 25. And so we're using this one because now we're going to take Freya. This shade here. This is creamy as well as this one. And this one. You can see the dips in it. And so this is pink. And then it's green. So this being a creamy shadow, and it's just creating more and more of a dip in here. Like, look at that dip. You dip, he dip, we dip. And we're going to tap off, but nothing's tapping off. And we're just going to come straight down. Straight down. Y'all, I freaking love this palette. And I feel whiny because when it dies, I'm going to be upset because even though, as I mentioned, I've done a few looks before that I'm like, oh, this looks like a look similar to 669. This though, I mean, if I tried hard, I think I can find something to dupe it, but it's still not going to be the same. Look at the, oh, look at, I mean, like how? And so this was just blending across the top. And we are going past where it is because we started here and came down, but we are just blending, you know, wider across the top. Y'all look at, and look at that shade, Euphornia, and then McCready, and then we got Petula, and we got the wing. Y'all, we're going to take this brush, a fluffy taper brush, and we're going to go into Tabitha. This shade here, and we're just going to do under the brow with that shade, even though for real it don't need it, because my initial thought was to do like these two columns. We're not going to use Annabelle, she evil, we're not using her today. So but we are going to still use this one here. I was looking to see if I wanted to take something else, but no, because this is lighter. We're going to take this one and just go lightly with it. This is Tabitha, and we're tapping off, and we're just going to tap Tabitha right here. And not that it needed any blending, so we're just doing this just to add more color so it doesn't look skin tone, which really is Invisipink from the Fenty primer because it does have a tint to it. I can see where I didn't blend out my primer. I see a line right there. I should have left it alone because if I wouldn't have put this here I wouldn't have noticed. But do we care? No. So we're tapping in and we're tapping off, and we're tapping Tabitha just under the brow and along the top edge of the lid shades. And that's all we're going to do. And that's why we chose a taper brush, so we could just tap it where we want it. And we are going to come out over the wing. I learned this from Grace. I've seen other people do it too. But for some reason, when she does it, it stuck out to me to, you know, whatever shade is up here, she usually just does one of these things. And I did do it a few times and like that. I tapped in again and tapped off. And so, yeah, so we are going to tap in again, tap off. And so it just softens the line. And because this is not a dark shade, and we are going to put liner under here, we're tapping in one time, tapping off. And we're just very lightly, we're holding the end of the brush so that we're not putting a lot of pressure on it as we're feathering. And I can barely feel it like on my skin. And so you can see it, but you can't see it. You see it because you know it's there. But if I hadn't done it, it wouldn't look like much because we are going like super, super lightly. I didn't tap off that time. And so, okay, now I do see it there. So, y'all, oh my gosh. Y'all know we're doing a black lip. I know you know we're doing a black lip. Excuse me for that clank. Now, y'all, we're going to take, oh, this is burgundy. We're going to take Medusa. So this is... It looks when I looked at it down here, it looked burgundy. Like this angle right here, I'm looking at it, this looks burgundy. This is almost what I'm seeing because this is purple, but when I look over, it looks burgundy. But then you see that fire shade. So we're going to take that with a dense brush. And yeah, we're just doing all the colors because we're just like, F it, we're going for it. And we're going to put that on the first half of our lower lash line over that blue. I do see a few flakes. And now they're gone. That is it. I don't see any flakes over here, but just because we did the other side. So we're going back into Medusa. And we're going to put this under here. And this is, well, you saw it. It was a duochrome. So we're putting this over the blue. Because it's creamy, I'm not concerned with going back and forth like this. Did we do this side already? No. I don't even know what I did or didn't do. So it's not going to flake up into my eye because this is a creamy shade. So I'm not concerned. So that's why I am just going back and forth. Oh my God. Y'all, listen. Play in your colors. Play in makeup. And just see what happens. This is hella colorful. It's vampy, but then it's not. It's like a cross between vampy and messy grunge. That's the vibe I'm getting, because vampy from the red and black up top, but then you have this pop in the middle, and then we're adding color underneath. We're going to take this brush and we're going to go into Lavina, this shade here, and we're going to put that on the outer portion of our lower lash line. So we are just tapping straight in. Y'all, I am loving this look. I am, ooh wee. What shadow, not what shadow, what shade am I going to put for upper lash line? Because I was thinking Fortune from Lethal Cosmetics. No, Melt Cosmetics. But now I don't know. And I did think of red because we had red up top, but then I don't know. I know for sure we're doing a black lip, and we may top the lip with something. I'm sure we will top, even if it's just the center of the lip with something. But I don't know what color for upper lash line. We are bringing this out. And the liner we're going to put above this line, the blue line. So it's going to be like a triple wing kind of thing, which I do really like when I get it the way that I like it. So sometimes I like it, sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to keep working on that. So we are very colorful. And even though we use the Side Sky, like it's not bright, but it's still colorful. Watermelon Bliss would have been more red, but I didn't want to do too much. So, oh man, wow. I want to, this is a little blunt. This side isn't blunt, and so I'm wondering, like, why is this side, maybe because I use more of the tip of the brush over here versus, like, let me tap in, not tap off, and just use the tip of the brush. I don't know if that worked. I see a flake right there. You know what, that's a freckle. Now my freckles be tripping. They be playing games with me. I be thinking it's shadow, and it's not. So we're just making this thicker because this side looks thicker. Y'all, oh my Lord. What are we going to do for upper lash line? So we have used, I'm loud, I'm excited. We've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades. And that's why when I do a 3 shadow look, I'm like, what's wrong with me? I do have out Fortune. And I think I'm going to use Fortune, because I was thinking, do I want to use Couture, which is like a burnt orange, but I want to keep the darkness that we got going on here. Don't tell me this is starting to tear. Yeah, we're going to put this on, so let's do that. Oh my gosh, y'all. So we're going to take this and put this on the upper lash line. Hopefully, I can get a thin line between love and hate. Y'all, my brain just be going off. We passed the outlets going down to where the competition was. And so I'm just reading the signs. I hadn't been down at the outlets in a while, the ones here in Delaware. And I think they were going to Chipotle. And so I'm reading the names, and there was a Calvin Klein store. Why I start rapping Run DMC? I said, Calvin Klein ain't no friend of mine. Don't want nobody's name on my behind. Lee on my legs, Adidas on my feet, D by my side, and J with the beat. And my cousin was like, ooh. Yo, I don't know. My brain be going back to old school. And then I was telling her the way my brain works. Okay, they did say that is a real lyric from the song. Okay, they say they don't wear Calvin Klein. They don't want nobody's name on their behind. But Lee was a name brand for jeans too. Like, I don't know if it was named after a person. But, you know, if you're my age, I'm 54. There was a brand, I don't know if they're still around, but the brand name was Lee. L-E-E. So I'm like, okay, you don't want nobody's name on your behind, but you're wearing Lee jeans. So isn't that still a name? And even if it's not the name of a person in the brand, there are people named Lee. So my cousin was like, yeah, you're right. And I'm just like, so you don't want nobody's name on your behind, but you got a name on your behind. But anyway, so then when we were coming home and we passed that same outlet store, I sang it again. She was just like, you in your old school. It's something else we saw, and I started rapping a lyric to something. She was cracking up. She was like, you keep old school in your brain. I said, it's just there. Like, I'll just see something, and I'll just have a memory and be like, whoa. All right, now we're going to do the wings. So we have it on our across our mobile lid. I'm nervous. Well, no, I'm not nervous. I just know I need to calm down to do this wing over here so that it doesn't get away from me. That's perfect. Now on the other side. This side I usually do like, which is weird because I'm crossing over, where you would think like this side would be easier because this is the side my hand is on, but it's not easier. I do think it'll get easier as I keep doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. That's the LL Cool J song. He represents Queen and she's straight out of Brooklyn, or vice versa or something. Oh, do my wings almost look the same? Do I dare mess with this one? See, so you see what I'm saying? When the eyeshadow is winged and I wing the liner, it all goes together. Like there's no gap between the liner and the eyeshadow. And so I don't need to go back to fix it. Oh my word. And you see the different colors. You see kind of the green underneath. You see this, which is green, but it shows up more like a black and green or like a green black. And then you have the red. Oh, man. Man. All right, we're going to wipe off some chest. I am just friggin' excited. And I wasn't going to do this look today. I've been feeling sluggish. I did, confession, before this video, I did do a quick video showing what I took with me makeup and tool-wise away for the weekend. And then I took like 2 guzzles of Mountain Dew. So that might be why I'm all like, or I'm just excited because this look, y'all, this look, I do feel bad. And so I'm glad that waiting for her to answer, and she's real quick on Instagram too. Like it was only like a minute or so, if that long, but I had already thought, well, I'll use, excuse me, subliminal, because I know that gives me the smoke I want. And then I thought to use this one. And so I am going to not talk a lot. So I don't mess up the lip. And I do this to see if it's somewhat even. My bottom lip, well, my top lip isn't symmetrical either, but neither is the bottom. Because even looking at it, you see how this side is more full and comes down. And when I put on a dark lip, I do just go on the line, and so it accentuates that it's uneven. So if you look at it, this is thinner and then it gets wider over here. So that's my challenge when I'm doing a dark lip, because I do tend to just follow my lip line, which is what I did when I did this and then this. But then when I look up, this side looks way down, and then I'll use a tip to straighten it out, but then it's still further down because it's just naturally further down. And so then I come in and do the inside. I really wish MAC did more darker colors. This is the darkest one. The next darkest one, so I'm just looking at the line. So it looks even, right? But you see the lip line down here over here, because you see where it's pinkish, where you don't see it over here. So it's still not going to look even. I mean, you can still tell that it's not even, but I don't overline because then that's noticeable to me too. I still did not dip in. I really like this one. Well, I was saying the next darkest is a purple, but it's a shimmer. And I'm like, no. Give me like a matte dark purple or a matte dark brown. And that's why I have those Sephora collection ones, because they have the dark colors. But I do prefer this formula just a little bit more. This is it. It looks like a gap right here. So all I'm doing is turning this because it is coated on both sides the way you pull it out of the component. So all it is, without dipping back in. So I'm just checking to see if the color's consistent, if there's any patchiness, and it's not. I love this lipstick. This is Caviar MAC Matte Retro Liquid Lip Color. Now, sorry, no, I'm not. I wanna, Fuchsia Flex. This was nice, but then Fruit Snacks. I think I did use this over a black before. These are the two darkest, unless I use. I don't want to use something like this because we're going vampy, so we're going to stick with this or. I don't know why I got this shade from Pat McGrath. You know why? Because I think I saw. I don't know. I don't even remember. We're going to go with this. We're not going to use this one. This one does just make it shine, but I think this is just going to make it shine too. Thank you for being here with me. If you made it this far, click the like button because you're here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I could put this on. This is definitely gothy. This is for Notoriously Morbid, but we're going to do this one because this will tie into the red, even though not that one. This one, Fruit Snacks, and it's going to give it some shine. This will make it. This will keep it more vampy though. We're going to do this one because it'll play off of the shine up there. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Click the like button. Comments always welcome. There's a link down below you can click to join, but if you click it, it'll tell you what the perks are. And then if you want to join, then there's a button to actually click to join. It's $2.99 a month. It's not permanent. You can cancel at any time. It does further support my channel. I say further because you being here supports my channel. Anyway, you watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing supports my channel. So the other stuff is just extra. I did do this before. I like this. Oh my word. I tend to not do like that a lot and blot because then it just transfers the color and I want the color to stay where I put it. So it does help blend. But then when I put it back, I just leave it. I love this. So yeah, all the good things. There's always a lot of information down below as well. This is the finished look. Y'all, this is badass. And I am here for it. I am digging it. Thank you so much for being here. Again, lots of information below. Lots of links down below. And this is our finished look. I am so friggin' excited about this. I am. We're going to go. Thank you for being here. If you've made it to the end, put a troll emoji, a high five emoji, and a black heart for the black lip because we badass. So let me know what you think of this look. Let me know if you would try something like this. Let me know down below also what look do you do or what color combination, do you do that makes you feel badass. And this is an open collab on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, feel free to join in. It is a lot of fun. It does spark my creativity, which is amazing. And everyone is so welcoming and so, why does this brush feel like it's crunchy? Got distracted. Everyone is so welcoming and very nice, very pleasant. And I'm excited to be a part of it. And I'm glad that I'm continuing with it. And yeah, that's going to be it, y'all. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.